If you're looking for the cheapest and most reliable Madden 22 coins on the market, check out my sponsor, MMOEXPR.com. Links are in the description, and use code JEDI at checkout for 5% off. Alrighty, hey there guys, Adon Casa here, aka Jennerbro95, coming at you guys with another video. And now guys, let's talk about the Madden 22 promos. Now, I did say back in December, like halfway through the year, that we were gonna be doing this again near the end of the year. And guess what? It's the end of the year. So we're gonna be talking about all of the Madden 22 promos. Basically how I felt about them. Now, I've basically stopped playing the game, so I am gonna sit here and not gonna make a true accurate assessment on one promo, mainly the rookie premiere one. I'm just gonna put this here in the C tier, honestly, maybe even throwaway. Not because I think it's a bad promo or anything. It's just a matter of fact that, like, you know, I'm not experiencing the promo outright. So, moving on, let's start off with the Blitz promo. Now, some things will change, some things will stay the same. For me, though, Blitz, I'm going to put B. I think, as I alluded to in the last time I did this, B, for me, it really didn't feel like the Masters were the best. Like, Bo Jackson and Montez Sweat were good, but they didn't really have the big, like, other than Lamar, it felt like it was missing one big name. You know what I mean? Bo Nose, though, I'm not gonna lie, I'm putting this in the S tier. I think every single one of the Bo Nose cards were really, really good overall. Even some of the other ones that, you know, didn't really use that much, like Franco Harris, even somebody like John Lynch, they were really good for specific teams. And I actually did enjoy the Bo Nose promo. I thought it was pretty good. Pardon me. Campus Heroes 1, I'm going to say was A tier, maybe even B. We'll say B. The only reason I'm putting this in B instead of A is because this was the promo that showed the world how broken Escape Artist was this year in Madden 22, and ultimately set us on a discourse for an ultimate disaster of a year in terms of the game. But make no mistake, Campus Heroes was a solid promo. A lot of the cards were really, really good, especially beginning of the year. You know, it felt like everybody had something good to go with the cards, so it is what it is. I very much liked Campus Heroes. It's just the Escape Artist with Vince Young was too much. Campus Legends was throwaway. This was not a MUT promo whatsoever. This was just a Superstar KO promo that was incentivizing people for MUT to play it for objective purposes. Gridiron Forge, you know what? I'm going to say this was C. Some of the players were not very... they really did not seem like they should have been players. Cam Newton was one. David Njoku, I think, was the very last one. Really wasn't that good. Nate Hobbs, Nate Hobbs was the last one. You know, Gridiron Forge was not a good promo this year. I think they should bring it back, though. I do not think it was a bad promo, but the rewards were not good. They never changed the rewards other than the person you got for the Forge. The rewards were always an Elite Pack, a Pro Fantasy, some other pack, a player, and then an Elite Pack. Like, it was something like it was a get a player or something. Like, it was some stupid promos. Super rewards. Ghost of Madden, this was an S tier promo. In my personal opinion, I think this might have been the best promo of the year. Ghost of Madden single-handedly saved the Zero Chill promo, in my opinion, because Zero Chill was not very good. Ghost of Madden was fantastic. So many great cards. Richard Sherman, Vernon Davis, Adrian Peterson, Devin Hester, Patrick Peterson, all were top of the meta at the time, and all were still playable to an extent even right now. Like, for me, I still, like, before I sold the team off and moved on, and preparing myself now for Madden 23, I was still playing the Ghost of Madden Richard Sherman late into the year. Like, I was still playing Richard Sherman that late into the year, and Vernon Davis was still pretty solid over tight end, even without the Easter promo card, which we'll get to here in a minute. Gridiron Guardians 1, I honestly say it was C. I think it was cool. It was definitely innovative. The art was spectacular. Probably the best art of the entire year. But I do not think the overall interest of the Gridiron Guardians was there. You know what? I'm actually going to move on up to the B tier, because one thing I did forget was the Gridiron Guardians strategy item, allowing you to get +1 on all the players that had the Gridiron Guardians items, which were really cool. Harvest, I'm putting in the B tier as well. I did like the fact that they gave us a free player for basically every theme team with Dominic Zoo and Emmanuel Sanders for AFC and NFC respective, or AFC, whatever, you get the point, for each conference. I thought that was dope. I think they should do that again next year. But overall, I think Harvest was okay. Had some good names. Deion Sanders was really solid. Tyreek Hill, fast card, even though the way this game plays didn't really support short wide receivers or defensive players. Tyreek Hill is still Tyreek Hill, right? Like, I still think he's going to be incredibly sought after, no matter how small, no matter where he is or how the game plays, just because of his speed, right? So overall, I do think it was okay. Legends, in my opinion, was C. There were too many Raiders. There was way too many Raiders in the Legend promo. The Raiders got like 13, 14 Legends, I think. I don't know. I don't remember the actual number, and I'm not going to bother to fucking check because I just don't want to touch Madden 22, or I feel I'm going to, a part of me is going to die. But the Legend promo, it was not very solid. The LTDs were also not very solid. You know what? I'm actually going to put LTDs in the D tier. It really felt like after a while, like in the second half of the year, they just didn't even try with some of the names. DJ Reed, Kyle Duggar, Jalen Brown. Now, that Jalen Brown for the Titans was really good, but just, they could have picked a couple of more big names, and I probably could have moved it up to the C tier, but LTDs were not that good. Most Fear was really good. I give it an A. Obviously, the Masters were incredibly good. Randy Moss was sweet. DK Metcalf was probably the best receiver in the game when he dropped. Probably. I wouldn't say totally. But, DK Metcalf was pretty good. Some of the other players, like Ed Reed, got his second of what would turn out to be 10 cards this year in that promo. But, the right outside linebacker version was okay. And the fact that you could use that right outside linebacker version to power up his safety version was kind of different. It was a little different in that sense. It wasn't interesting. It wasn't, insane, but it was okay. Most Fear definitely had some good things about him. I actually did enjoy it. Cam Chancellor, now keep in mind he did get an upgrade back in January. So I'm going to put Cam, but the 96 to 90, up to the 95, I'm going to put him in B. He was serviceable and good until about December. Then he started to really not be noticeably impactful, or he just straight up wasn't very good. And that is something that, you really shouldn't be having for your Mutt Master. Like, your Mutt Master the Mutt Master should be the best player at his position in the game, in my personal opinion, because, why not? But, I did like the Cam Chancellor. He was all right. Reduxes, you know what? Overall, the Reduxes were pretty solid for the C tier. There were some people that did not get Redux, which was weird. I don't understand it. Season 1, now you have to remember, for the time when Season 1 dropped, it was pretty solid. So I'm actually going to put Season 1 in the A tier. I think I may have been a little too harsh on Season 1 in the last time I did this. I don't remember. But I think Season 1, looking back, was actually not that bad. It was not that bad. It had some good rewards. Devin Hester and Devin Hester mainly. Junior Seau, nobody really cared for. The only reason I went with Junior Seau was because I knew they were going to put out another Devin Hester card at some point in the year. And Devin Hester played for the Seahawks his very last year in the league. So I knew he was going to get a card. So I didn't want to double up on Devin Hester. I would rather have Junior Seau and then get Devin Hester the other way. He didn't even stay on the team that long, though, so. But the George Kittle was also pretty good that you got. The Linval Joseph was also awesome. I loved him. Season 2 definitely did feel like a bit of a step back, so I'm going to put it in C. The thing is, I don't even remember much about Season 2, and that should be saying something, because it wasn't very good, in my opinion. That and the fact that it was delayed and it was behind schedule for about a week and a half to 2 weeks. I still think it was completely unacceptable that Season 2 got delayed. I talked about it in my biggest EA fuck-ups for the year, and yeah, I still stand by it. When it comes to the stocking stuffers, I actually am going to put this in the A tier. Looking back, I probably was a little bit too hard on the stocking stuffers. Now, were they good? Probably not. Some teams' stocking stuffers were better than others, right? However, the Masters, CeeDee Lamb and J.C. Jackson were really good. J.C. Jackson and CeeDee Lamb were really good. Even looking at some of the other master cards, Tim Patrick for the Broncos was incredibly good for value, as he's a 6'3" wide receiver that had like 97 speed on a Broncos theme team with the strat items, if I remember correctly. So, you know what? I'm gonna give stocking stuffers a bit of a break. Superstars, I'm gonna put in the B tier. It was good. It was definitely a good promo. Definitely, the first promo of the year definitely is a promo that, is a bit hit or miss here and there. But overall, I think Superstars was a solid promo overall. Team Builders, this is a C tier promo. They never gave us, like, they stopped at 93. Like, that's all I need to say about that. They didn't give us any 97s. They didn't give us any 95s. So I'm definitely going to put those in 93. Team Diamonds, this is the toss-up for me. Because Team Diamonds 1 was actually pretty good. But Team Diamonds 2 was not. The Team Diamonds 2 overall was not. So I'm actually going to put this in the B tier and the C tier. I'm going to be a little bit more negative because of how disappointing Team Diamonds 2 actually was for the overall base of the game. Team Diamonds 2 was not as good as it could have been. They definitely did miss the mark with a lot of teams. So overall, I did like the Team Diamonds promos, but Team Diamonds 2 really did drag it down. Team of the week, I'm putting in D. There, I will never get over the fact that EA consistently delayed this every fucking week. I refuse to give them slack for that. That is completely unacceptable, in my opinion. And even then, it's not like some of the Team of the Week players were that good. Week 17, the final week of the Team of the Year week card was pretty good. And there was also a couple of other ones here and there that were pretty solid. I cannot think of them at this time. But yeah, the fact that they were consistently delayed was Ultimate Kickoff. Now, this was really good. I'm going to put this in the 18. Ultimate Kickoff was very, very, very good. Calvin Johnson and Sean Taylor were both incredibly good players when they first dropped. Also, the fact that every team got one Ultimate Kickoff card, with some teams getting more, obviously, but every team getting one is obviously good for theme teams. It's good for the game overall, and it's good for the community because, everybody can start to, can pick their favorite team and their favorite, for the players for their favorite team, right? Wild Card Wednesday. Now, originally I was very high on Wild Card Wednesday, but I'm putting Wild Card Wednesday in B tier. I had it in the A tier, the S tier last time around, but I'm putting Wild Card Wednesday down in the B tier for a couple of reasons. One, there have been some promos that have been better, which we will get to. Two, I didn't like the fact that EA never allowed us to make up the stars we missed, because there were people that missed only 1 week of Wild Card Wednesday solos, and they were fucked for the rest of the year. Like, they could not make it up in any way, shape, or form. So they would end up missing out on the NCAT Akello Witherspoon, or the NCAT cards from Flashback, like the Rising Stars, like Penei Sewell. So I'm putting it in the B tier. I do want this to return how they did it this year with the format. I do want them to return it, but I do hope that they make a conscious effort to keep people wanting to come back. Well, not wanting to come back, but making it to where they don't make it so that way people, what's the word I'm looking for here? Feel like get behind. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I kind of got a little distracted. I kind of got a little sidetracked with something, so I apologize. Moving on to Zero Chill. This is a C tier promo, or maybe even a D tier. Zero Chill sucked. It just did. The only reason people think it's good, in my opinion, is because Ghost of Man saved it. Zero Chill was not very good. Just running through the Masters. Bobby Wagner, Quandre Diggs. Don't get me wrong, I love those players, but like, with how Madden 22 played, those were some terrible choices. Calvin Johnson was okay. Was actually pretty, not okay. He was pretty good. Calvin Johnson was pretty good. Kyler Murray was all right. Then you move on to, who were the other Masters? Michael Irvin. Like, could have been literally any other receiver in the game, but they chose Michael Irvin. It could have picked anybody else. So, like, Zero Chill, in my opinion, was terrible. I did not enjoy it. Gridiron Guardians 2 really wasn't much different from the number 1, so I'm going to keep it in the B tier. The Cam Chancellor upgrades I'm putting in the S tier. They knocked it out of the park with the Cam Chancellor upgrade system with the Gold 99 Cam and giving him a 6 ability slot, which is a hybrid ability bucket. I thought that was great overall. I did enjoy it. It was pretty good. Ultimate Legends I'm putting in the C tier as well. They really weren't much different than regular Legends. In fact, some of them were just glorified upgrades or repeats, so it is what it is. NFL Honors, I think, was actually pretty solid. I'm putting this in the A tier. You know, Justin Tucker still remains in this game the best kicker in the game overall. Then you have Aaron Rodgers, who's still really good. Don't get me wrong, he's still a really good quarterback in the game. Obviously, he is a little bit on the slower end, so people are not going to use him because they don't have that ability to scramble consistently with escape artists. But other than that, he checks off every single box. I would not have been upset if I was a Packers fan with that card. Then you also have the Micah Parsons that was pretty good. You have the pardon me. You have the J.J. Watt that was okay. I think J.J. Watt was a little disappointing, but overall, NFL Honors was pretty good. Rookie Premier, like this is the very beginning. Rookie Premier, I'm putting this in A tier. It was good. Like Jamar Chase was the best receiver in the game when he dropped. Kyle Pitts was the best tight end in the game when he dropped. I'm trying to remember. Trevor Lawrence was okay when he came out. Elijah Vera Tucker was a solid beginning offensive lineman. I'm trying to remember everybody from the Rookie Premier promo. I don't know. Season 4, I'm putting in C. This was not a very good season. And the fact they made us wait until end of April, early May to finally get, or even I think it was mid-May, to finally get season 4 when they could have dropped it in end of March to early April. I think that's a bit of a disappointment. I think they could have dropped it sooner. Team Champions was terrible. This is a D tier, maybe even a throwaway promo. Yeah, no, this is a throwaway promo. Team Champions was awful. Every single card in that promo was... Actually, I shouldn't say every single card. Some cards were solid. George Kittle was actually pretty good for the most part. But the most part, this promo sucked. It was awful in every facet of the imagination. There's nothing else I'm going to say about that. Draft promo, I'm going to put in the B tier. The only thing I have to complain about the draft promo was the ridiculous predictors. If the predictors didn't exist, I'd be looking at it as an A tier promo. But the stupid predictors, super predictor sets, as well as the inconsistencies when they drop the cards for them, and the choices of the cards that they picked, because they picked players like Alan Lazard, who was undrafted in the draft promo. I don't think I need to explain how stupid that is, but yeah. But it was a good promo. It's just there were some questionable decisions in the draft promo that made me just go, what the fuck. Golden tickets actually were not that good this year overall. I'm actually going to put them in the C tier because some were, you know what, actually, I'm going to be much more generous. I'm going to put them in the B tier. Ben DiNucci and Cam Newton were really good quarterbacks, probably the 2 best quarterbacks in the game until next week when the final golden tickets drop. Keep in mind that this is probably going to be coming out around that time, and I'm recording this video before that. I'm recording this video on the 15th of June, 2022. So this more likely could be coming out before then or coming out after that. I don't know yet, but it more likely will be. But Ben DiNucci and Cam Newton were really good. In terms of other players, Mike Evans is a solid defensive back, as well as solid out of position strong safety. Rasul Douglas is okay for a cornerback. Michael Vick halfback card is incredible, but there were some cards that were not very good. Russell Wilson sucked. Even though I'm not going to get mad at the creator because it is his decision to ultimately make it, I feel he definitely did not do a very good job with it. Same with Patrick Mahomes. The Patrick Mahomes creator didn't really do a good job on his in terms of the ability buckets he got. And there was at least one other card that was not that good that was held back because the creator chose the wrong things. But yeah, golden tickets were not that good. Oh yeah, we didn't get strong safety Jimmy Graham. Just throwing that out there. We didn't get a strong safety, Jimmy Graham, even though we were told we could. Even though they were told, that guy that we made it was told that someone's making it already, but okay. Anyhow, Backyard Ballers is a C tier. It was okay. It was innovative. Don't get me wrong, but it felt like filler. In fact, it was filler. It was a filler promo from the off. There was nothing about it that really was eye popping. Campus Heroes 2, I think, was also I think Campus Heroes 2 was really good. They did improve so much better with the Campus Heroes in terms of the Masters. They had 2 Masters this time instead of 1. They had Percy Harvin and Brian Orcapo. A lot of people loved the Percy Harvin when he came out, myself included. I thought he was incredibly good, especially being a 5'10 receiver. But, obviously, he didn't have very much longevity in terms of in terms of his height. The Combine promo, I think, was pretty bad. The only cool thing I liked about the Combine promo was the difference in how they did how they would do upgrades for the players. They would give them in the form of chemistry. If a player did if somebody at that position did well in specific drills. Other than that, the Combine promo was really eh. Sugar Rush was really good. I'm putting this in the S tier. Sugar Rush was incredibly good. I love the Sugar Rush promo. Brian Dawkins and Reggie Bush still remain some of the best cards in the game to this day. In terms of the second part of the promo, I can't remember who the Masters were, but they're still pretty good. And then overall, the LTDs, Jalen Ramsey and Lamar Jackson, both incredibly good cards. Jalen Ramsey is one of the best corners in the game still. And then when it comes to Lamar Jackson, even though, yes, he did get a golden ticket, I still think that Lamar is a solid option. Free agency, I'm putting in the A tier. I think free agency was one of the most underrated promos of the year. There was so many ways to make good coins with the free agency promo. The LTDs were spitting at the packs like wildfire in terms of how much they were coming out. Amari Cooper looked pretty solid. Russell Wilson's LTD movers card was really, really good as well. Clowney's card played incredibly good in terms of how he played, in terms of him. Devontae Adams was actually pretty good. I did play with that Devontae Adams a little bit. Evan Ingram, I did actually use that Evan Ingram tight end. He was actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I did take him for granted because at the time I was like, I don't need this card. But I kind of wish, looking back, I did actually pick up the Evan Ingram card. Chandler Jones was okay for a pass rusher. He was pretty slow. And then I can't remember the last master. Marcus May, I didn't even use that much, but it is what it is with Marcus May. Fan appreciation, I ain't gonna lie, fan appreciation was pretty good. I don't like the fact that they didn't allow us to get a free golden ticket, but I do like the fact that they gave us 2 instead with the Tom Brady golden ticket, as well as the Ed Too Tall Jones, which remains the best corner in the game and will forever be the best cornerback, probably ever. That is probably the greatest cornerback card of all time. The fact that it was able to not only play the run and pass rush, but was also able to cover like a god, especially with his 6'9" frame. I think it was really, really good. Gridiron Forge. Why is this here twice? I don't know. Madden Machines is a throwaway promo. This was a completely pointless promo for me. I don't understand why it was ever created. It was innovative. Don't get me wrong. It was new, but looking back at it, it definitely was a throwaway promo. The playoff promo. This was a D tier promo. I did not like the playoff promo this year. Not because we didn't get any cards, but because of the fact that we shouldn't have gotten. The players that they picked. Josh Allen was good, but after that, just a pile of meh. You know what I mean? I just don't think he was really, really good. Season 3, I happen to enjoy Season 3. I think Season 3 was really, really good for the rewards, even though you definitely could put him in C tier. You know what? I'm actually going to change my mind. I'm going to put Season 2, 3, and 4 down here. And apparently there's 2 more Season 3s and Season 4s, so yeah. Super Bowl promo, I actually think was pretty good. I actually do think the Super Bowl promo was really, really good. It is weird, though, that some teams that are synonymous with the Super Bowl did not get any cards, like the Steelers, for example. The Steelers didn't get any cards. Meanwhile, the Patriots got like 3, which doesn't make sense to me, you know. Also, other teams like the Niners didn't really get a whole lot, you know, but, I mean, fuck San Francisco 40, fuck the Niners is what I say, by the way. Just kidding, by the way. Team of the Year was also pretty good. I'm going to put this in A tier. Team of the Year, the fact that they allowed us to vote was pretty good. I like the fact that they allowed us to vote for the Team of the Year instead of just making it a set in stone, this is what it is and this is what it isn't. The only complaint I have is they never did release the results of the polls. I wish they would release the results of the polls so we could see who won all the votes. Now, career tributes, I'm going to put them in the A tier, both of them, the Brady and the Big Ben. I'm putting them both in A. You know, they're nice cards. You know, the Brady was really, really good. And then the Big Ben, you know what? It is what it is with him. And for some reason, again, they have... Why do they have... They have some of these... They have a lot of these things in here twice. Alright, sorry, my apologies here, guys. There was a, you know, when it comes to the screen, as you're seeing right now... sorry about that. You see right here, a lot of these were double digits. So that is actually going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit the like button below and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.